bicycle with the money my folks gave me for singing lessons. Mark Scott. We're here with another edition of Mascott and Company. And my guest this morning is actually involved in construction of the personal kind. It's Elizabeth Rizzuto is here. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Mark.
And you have a great story. You have a magazine, Eye for the Future.
That's correct.
And you have a wonderful history that's brought you to create that magazine as well.
For my personal journey with the magazine, it's been incredible. I started out, my background actually was in the corporate world, and I was with Unilever for 16 years of my life at the executive level, and I just felt that there was really something missing that I wanted to contribute, but at that point I didn't know what it was. And surely enough, I was going through my own personal challenges with, my own physical health. And someone in the corporate world had asked me how open-minded I was. And this was, we're talking 20 years ago, over 20 years ago. And I didn't understand what they meant by that. So they asked me if I was open on shiatsu, because I did physiotherapy, because I was a professional gymnast when I was younger, that I was going through scoliosis at the time. And I was going to physio, and that wasn't working for me. So when they approached me and asked me how open I was, I had decided that I was very open to get rid of the pain that I was feeling, and that I was going to take a shiatsu treatment at the time. Didn't know what it was, but was very open to it, and that was when things started to evolve in my life, and decided that there's, besides Western philosophies, there was also Eastern philosophies. And next thing you know, I was at this shiatsu school, and I couldn't believe it. After the first treatment, my whole body was, centered, and there was no more pain, and I had continued to do treatments. And he had mentioned to me, you have to commit to 6 treatments in order to see the full effect of it. So I did that, and all of a sudden, the pain went away, and I thought there's got to be more to this whole philosophy in the Eastern world. So I started on my own studying chakras and meridian points, and I was just so fascinated by that whole modality. I decided to open up my mind, and the funny part was, I started taking these courses called the Master Key to continue with my own growth. And when this course came to play, I was so passionate about it that I knew that it would make wonders in people's lives. But at the same time, I wanted to find my own passion. So I started taking the course and became a facilitator and started, coaching people internationally. After taking this course, I no longer wanted to be in that whole genre of the corporation.
Right.
So.
Well, the Master Key in itself teaches you to create your own path in life and go self-driven. And it is sort of going to the source of purer water, because Napoleon Hill did Think and Grow Rich after Charles Hannah. There are so many other resources we have today up, and including The Secret, that are really ripples from what the Master Key taught originally. And that really is, think about it in a simple example is write it down, put it in your pocket, and keep looking at it.
Exactly.
And see it the way we drive our car, look a little bit ahead in your future, so on. These are all different methods of teaching that all really did come from his resources, and probably even before that, some ancient wisdoms, Buddhism.
It's also biblical as well. Right,
where it really is about, if I can conceive it and do believe it, I will achieve it.
Absolutely.
And of course, we get in our own way in making that happen, because as children, we already know that's the way it works. We don't have.
Well, I think we've been so conditioned out of it. When we're a child, we're so pure and innocent, and then all of a sudden we start buying into other people's beliefs and opinions, whether it's teachers or parents or friends, about ourselves, and then we create this whole wall and layers, and then you get to a point that you want, if you decide to take full responsibility, you want to unlayer the onion, as I call it, to go back to the core of who you are.
Right.
I was in Laguna Beach, and that that's when I just said, you know what, this is it. I'm going to move there, and I'm just going to totally create what I truly want, because California was a very soft spot for me. So after doing one of the facilitations in Long Beach, and ended up in Laguna, I wanted to move there, and 6 months later I moved, and that's when things started to really open up for me.